my husband said his bark was so different and just apprehensive and worried, just he like desperate.
Dog people, thank you for coming back to Rescued by a Dog, the podcast about dogs that have actually saved their owners' lives. I'm Laura, host of the podcast, and as always, I need your help. Can you give $5 to help keep Rescued by a Dog going? There are 2 easy ways to do this. First, you could just Venmo me $5 or whatever amount you want to send at the handle LauraBama. That's Laura, B as in boy, A, M as in mother, A. Or you can go to patreon.com/Rescued by a Dog podcast. Again, that's Patreon, spelled Patreon. So patreon.com/Rescued by a Dog podcast. When you join the Rescued by a Dog community on Patreon, your $5 per month will help me to continue sharing these beautiful, uplifting stories. Now, here's an amazing story from Rebecca. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, we did it.
Yay.
Thank you so much for meeting with me.
You're welcome.
Who is this, Bubba?
This is Ulysses. This is
Ulysses.
the good boy.
Is this Ulysses who we're going to talk about today?
Yep, it is.
Hi, Ulysses. Rebecca, can you describe him for people who are just listening?
Oh, he's the smartest boy I've ever known. So sweet. We think he's a mix between a Boston Terrier and maybe a Beagle, but we really don't know.
He looks like he has a little boxer in his face.
Yeah, maybe in there somewhere. He doesn't have the smushed nose like a Boston. He's got more of a boxer muzzle with the big brown eyes. Huge dark brown eyes.
And what color is his face?
His face is a brindle with a white stripe right down the middle. He looks bigger than what he actually is. He's probably about 30 pounds, maybe.
He does look bigger than that.
Mm-hmm, he always does.
Okay, tell me, how did you find Ulysses?
Well, I found him when I met my husband. He's actually my husband's dog, and he was looking for another dog. His had passed away maybe a year before that. And somebody on Facebook had said, I have a dog I can't keep. And he said, I'll be in the parking lot of this restaurant for about an hour before I have to take him to the pound, because our landlord won't let us keep him. And my husband happened to see that and worked at that restaurant. So out the door he went and got Ulysses. And he was not quite old enough to be weaned. So he bottle fed him for a couple of weeks before he weaned him. He's 7 years old now.
And how long have you known him?
I've known him since he was about 2. It was just a little over 2 when my husband and I met.
Did you have a good relationship with him right away, or was he jealous of you?
Oh, he was jealous as all get out, but I still loved him. He soon learned that Mama wasn't going anywhere, and I might as well love her. I brought him a whole bunch of toys and dog treats, and he was like, I think I'm going to like this lady.
Do y'all let him sleep in the bed with you?
Yep, we do. All 3 of them.
3 dogs.
Yeah.
How do you get any sleep?
They actually are very sound sleepers most of the time. They'll wake up about 3 in the morning, need to go out to go potty, and that's about it.
So what is he like in general?
He is very curious and very inquisitive and talkative. My husband taught him to say, I want one for a treat. Yeah, he'll go, oh, oh.
So I understand that there was one time when he did something pretty extraordinary for you. Can you tell me that story?
Yeah, I suffer from severe sleep apnea and narcolepsy and Hashimoto's hyperthyroidism. So I'm pretty much a slug. Sleep apnea is a condition where when you're laying down, your throat closes off so that you can't get sufficient air when you're asleep. Whenever I had my sleep study done, they said I was stopping breathing about 160 times an hour, which meant I was never getting any of the full cycles of sleep. It would wake me up just enough not to know that I was awake, but just enough that I would have to catch my breath.
Do you have any idea how long you will go sometimes without breathing?
It's probably a couple of minutes. Sometimes it's just a few seconds, but the longest I think I've went is about 2 minutes. So they put me on a CPAP, and that helped tremendously. And I've been sleeping with that for years. And the CPAP, what it does is it fits around your face so that and forces air into your lungs and through your mouth all night, so that if you start to your throat starts to close off, that air is still forcing down in your lungs so that you don't stop breathing. Before the CPAP, it was such a struggle just to even make a sentence, collect my thoughts. And sometimes I would be driving home from work and just realize I had no idea where I was, even though I was on my way home and I've been there 100 times, just because the oxygen wasn't getting to my brain the way it was supposed to. And when you sleep, that's when you store your memories and all your functions throughout the day. And I was never getting a full cycle of sleep. So a lot of my memories, even from childhood, are just not there. My family go, "Do you remember when?" And I'm like, no. But one day, I fell asleep on the bed watching TV without meaning to, because the narcolepsy decided it was going to go and pass me on out. And we live in a tiny A-frame, and it's got a basement. My husband, he's always down in the basement tinkering with something. And apparently Ulysses had tried to wake me up several times and couldn't. And so he ran down to the bottom of the steps and started barking at him. And he's like, "What's going on?" And then Ulysses ran back up the steps. Then he ran back down. Then he ran back up. And my husband said his bark was so different and just apprehensive and worried, he like desperate. So my husband Josh followed him up the steps. And there I was, not breathing, turning blue. Yeah, I don't know how much longer it would have been before I would have been on out. My husband was able to get me to sit up. And once I sat up, my throat opened and I caught my breath, and here I am breathing again.
What was Ulysses' reaction to you when you woke up?
Joy. He was just kissing my face, just kiss, 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 kiss. Oh, I'm prancing on the bed, just happy as a clam. He's like, "You're okay. You're okay. I love it. You're okay." That's just the good dog he is. He saved my husband whenever he had a slipped disc. And it was Christmas one year, and my husband was walking to the bathroom, and the disc popped back in place. And it was so painful that it caused him to just pass out. I mean, he turned white and started going toward the ground, and Ulysses slid on the floor so that when my husband hit, his head landed on Ulysses instead of the floor. He's that good of a boy. My husband and I both suffered from depression as well. And I tell you, all three of them are good for that. I mean, they know it, and they'll sit next to you, just whatever you need. If you need the kisses, or if you just need them to sit next to you so they can hug you. And they're really good at bringing us out of that. It's just like they know what you need. They're so in tune with you. They know what you need. And a lot of days I think I don't deserve you. You're too good to me and I don't deserve you.
But you do. That's the thing. All he needs is your love. That's all they need.
That's it. That's all he requires. That's all they require. It's for us to love them. Sometimes he'll bring a toy out of the toy box, or he'll find something outside that he likes, and he'll bring it, and it's like, here, look what I found. This is for you. I'm like, oh, thank you. A little piece of grass or a leaf or just something I found. I think you might like it. We have harmonica, and sometimes my husband will play it, and he'll sing along with it, which also reminds me of a beagle, the way he does, the way he howls and sings along. So my husband will play, and he'll just go sing along with it.
If Ulysses could speak human English, what would you like to say to him?
I would like to say thank you. Thank you for being our rock, for always being there and loving us unconditionally.